The Police Minister Bheki Cele concedes that a lot more still needs to be done to ensure that the porous border at Beitbridge is running properly. He says he's noted several concerns. He'll forward those to the Justice, Crime Prevention and Security Cluster for recommendations to Cabinet. Our reporter Pelane Pakgadi is in Limpopo. He's tracking the story for us now. Pelane, good afternoon to you. What's the picture there? What's the Minister saying?
Well, definitely. I mean, where we are is where we are expecting that the minister is going to be part of a roadblock. But also, just having listened to you a few minutes ago talking about that particular important case that we've been hearing in Cape Town, where the minister was yesterday, there was a question put to him about that particular matter on whether he did not overstep his mark there yesterday when he did away with the crew filming there in that particular beach, and he just said that as far as he's concerned, he found that the approval letter for that particular film was not as sound. Therefore, he will meet them in court. Nevertheless, we are here in Messina today just to ask you to show you some of the visuals that are coming out here. This is about 10 kilometers from the border post. On your left of the screen, vehicles belonging to the SAPS, of course, gearing up for that much anticipated roadblock by the minister himself. He'll be here. We are told that he was just having some lunch. He had some walkabouts around the border post, the porous border post in itself, and there was a lot of concerns that he had raised and said that he will ensure that cabinet gets a hand on it. But of course, when he was already talking to earlier on the day, talking to the police, urging them to ensure that they're gearing up efficiently and eloquently ahead of their preparations and operations for the festive season, he said that they must make sure that they protect themselves and they have the tools of trade, and they must also protect themselves against the coronavirus. But most importantly, he talked about gender-based violence and said that police officials should ensure that they do all they can to assist people who come through to report such cases. Take a listen to him.
Women must be safe. Women must be safe. When woman comes to the police station to report that is being abused by the so-called boyfriend or by the so-called husband, because there is no husband that abuses his wife here, and you call that husband. So that's an animal. That's not a man. You earn being a man. You are not born a man. You earn it. One way is to make sure that people around you are protected, including your kids and your wife. So when women come to report that they are being abused by their partners or whoever in the house, Mapoisa, don't tell that woman to go back and negotiate a car. Don't do that. You are not a negotiator. When she comes for the second time, don't tell her to go home and negotiate. You go and arrest the perpetrator. When that woman doesn't come for the third time, it's because she's dead. She's killed by that perpetrator. So it's not for you, Mapoisa, under no circumstances, that you chased away women who come to the police station to report that they're being abused. Yours is to respond, and to respond quickly. Don't tell her to go back and negotiate. Don't ask her how was she dressed. Don't ask her that this skirt was this short. You are not a fashion designer. You are not a fashion advisor. And these women have a right to wear and dress the way they want. We have agreed with the police management that we're going to be very tough to the police that don't take the gender-based violence, femicide serious. You're going to lose your job on this issue. This is a second pandemic. This is one area where women are really abused. So we can't keep you in this organization if you can't deal with the question of gender-based violence or you undermine it. On that one, we're very big as this organization.
Police Minister Bheki Cele speaking there. Pelane Pakgadi been with him today. Pelane, we also need to talk a bit about that border. I mean, we've seen so much footage here on Newsroom Africa, Channel 405, about how easy it is to cross.
Well, it's quite easy to cross, and he witnessed it himself firsthand today. And while taking a walk about, he saw quite a number of people on the other side of the fence, of course, seemingly waiting anxiously for his existence his presence to be null and void. As soon as he leaves, perhaps they're going to engage in crossing the border. And that is one of the concerns, he says, that he has seen, he has noted, and then he's going to be forwarding to the JCPS so that they can engage. He chairs that particular cluster as the police minister, so he will be talking to the Home Affairs Minister and as well as the Justice Ministers, among other members of the JCPS, on ways that they could definitely find to ensure that the border in itself becomes efficient and safe. He did mention that the provincial government is going to be putting a lot of resources, financial and capital-wise, and at the same time, he's also saying that the national government, not only Home Affairs, but all other relevant stakeholders, you name them, they will be putting in a lot of resources to try and push through some good infrastructure that will halt any kind of illegal entering and exiting of South Africa.
Pelane Pakgadi, thanks very much indeed. Live on our border with Zimbabwe in Musina this afternoon. Really do appreciate it. At Beitbridge, of course, I should say.